Out of that shooting in Atlanta last Friday, where a gunman reportedly targeted the headquarters of the CDC, firing at least 180 shots, hitting at least 150 windows and doors. One police officer was shot and killed. The gunman's family says he believed the COVID vaccine made him sick. Agency staff were ordered to work from home today as the investigation continues. Our CBS medical contributor, Dr. Céline Gounder, spoke to 4 employees about the terrifying incident and joins me now. So, Dr. Gounder, what did they say about what happened on Friday?
Well, much of what they were describing was where they were on campus at the time, the confusion when the shooting occurred. One of them was actually outside, ran back inside, went back up the elevators to alert her coworkers. And it just sounds like it was a very confused, chaotic situation where people didn't know what was going on. The other things they noted on, remarked on was the lack of leadership in the aftermath, which we can talk about more, and also anger that disinformation about COVID and vaccines may have contributed and made them a target.
RFK Jr., the Secretary of HHS, visited CDC today. What was the reaction there?
I have been told that he spent less time on the ground than the shooter did. There is a lot of anger about the fact that it took him until after he had been posting on social media on Saturday, the following day. He had been posting from his family trip fishing and so on. Not until after that did he acknowledge what had happened and made a public statement about about the shooting at the CDC.
And we have some sound from one of the employees. Let's listen to that for a moment about what happened to give us some sense of the moment.
I was walking to my car. I heard it was a very, very distinct and crisp pop, 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 pop. I knew that I had to get myself to safety because if I continued walking across the courtyard, that I could potentially be in a killing field. So I made an immediate U-turn, ran back into the building, and found there was thankfully an open elevator bay, and I ran into that elevator and pressed the number for my floor so that I could get to safety up there, shelter in place with my colleagues.
So just as a human event for a boss, which the secretary is of these people, they are all scarred by this event. But what do they think is going to, what impact do they think this will have going forward?
Well, they're very concerned, first of all, that this has not been appropriately recognized by the administration. We have yet to really hear anything from President Trump acknowledging what happened. Again, Secretary Kennedy was barely on campus. And there was an email that went out shortly after his visit in which they said something about a shooting near the CDC, again, not acknowledging the CDC was the target.
Dr. Céline Gounder, thank you so much.